Our journey to recover the two crystals has taken us far from Shakuras for roughly 2 months. Though we struck a powerful blow to the zerg before our departure, we knew better than to believe that it would keep them at bay. The swarm always returns. Our only hope has been that Rashagal and Aldaris could hold the line in our absence. But as we return to our citadel in New Antioch, we are met not with relief, but with grim news. Rashagal welcomes us back with congratulations and a dire warning.
Congratulations, Executor. Your success has brought us the promise of hope against the Zerg. However, we face a new threat within our own ranks. In your absence, Judicator Aldaris and an entire legion of Kali survivors from Ire have begun an open revolt against us.
The Zerg have not only survived, they have thrived. Worse still, Judicator Aldaris has risen in rebellion, rallying as many Kali loyalists as he could. He's launched open conflict against Rashagal and the people of Shakuras.
By the gods, this is ill news indeed. Why would Aldaris betray us so?
Zeratul is shaken. Aldaris stood with us during the final siege of Ire, committing himself to our cause. He had his doubts about coming to Shakuras, fearing that the Dark Templar might repay the cruelty once shown by the Conclave. But he surrendered himself nonetheless, and was welcomed with open arms. What could have changed?
He and his ilk believe that it was wrong to have abandoned Ire and consorted with our people. Their prejudices have driven them to perpetuate the Conclave's sins against us. Even now, Aldaris and his loyalist Templar forces are preparing to attack our citadel.
Rashagal claims the rebellion stems from a belief among the Kali that they should never have abandoned Ire. That after living among the Dark Templar, they have regressed into the same hatred once perpetuated by the Conclave. And now, as we speak, Aldaris' forces are mobilizing to strike our citadel. Artanis is stunned. As praetor and steward of our political order, he now faces a terrible truth. He must confront and quell our own people.
I can scarcely believe this, as if the Zerg were not enough. Matriarch, are you certain of this?
All too certain, young Templar. Executor, as Matriarch of the Dark Templar and Custodian of this world, I hereby order you to terminate Judicator Aldaris and quell this untimely uprising without delay. There will be no dissent among us while the Zerg are poised to strike.
Rashagal offers no solace. She commands us with cold finality to eliminate the rebels. We cannot fight the Zerg while Aldaris seeks to sabotage us from within. Her words leave Zeratul reeling. He has known Rashagal for centuries, a paragon of wisdom and patience. This bloodlust is not like her.
There's something amiss here. The matriarch has always been a wise and gentle soul. Though there is some merit in her decision, this is very unlike her.
Artanis hears Zeratul's concerns, but with a heavy heart, he accepts Rashagal's order. Aldaris must be dealt with, along with all who follow him.
That may well be. But right now, we have a friend to kill. May Adun forgive us.
As we depart to reinforce our defenses, Artanis gives us grave news.
Be advised, Executor. Our forces are divided. Aldaris has taken control of our Templar warriors and arbiters. It is possible that he may even send Archons against us.
Aldaris' uprising has crippled our ability to warp in our most powerful Templar forces. No High Templar, no Arbiters, no Archons. The rebels possess weapons we can no longer match in kind. But Zeratul reveals a hidden strength, a secret held until now.
Fear not, comrades, for we have Archons of our own. Should the dire need arise, all Dark Templar may merge to become Dark Archons. Though we sacrifice our warriors in doing so, only the might of the Dark Archons can match the forces of Aldaris.
Just as the High Templar can merge into Archons, the Dark Templar can fuse into Dark Archons, beings of pure void energy.
Thoughts in chaos must have energy, must feed, must consume, or oblivion will take us. Abdul, save me. Darkness overpowering.
They are not biological nor mechanical, so they cannot be affected by abilities like Lockdown or Spawn Broodlings, and they also hover above the battlefield, which renders them immune to detection of spider mines. And while they do not attack directly, their abilities can shift the course of battle. They have feedback, an ability that drains energy, and for every point of energy drained, it deals that much damage to the target. They have Maelstrom, an AoE move that freezes biological units in place for several seconds. This particular ability is absolutely invaluable when fighting against the Zerg. And also, Mind Control. At the cost of 150 energy, and all of the Dark Archon's shields, it can seize control of an enemy unit entirely. Actually, if you were to mind control a Terran or Zerg worker, then you would gain full access to that race's structures and military power. In fact, mind control is the only way to bypass Brood War's 200-unit army limit. For this mission, it is our only means of turning the enemy's might, Arbiters and Archons, against them. We survey the battlefield. Aldaris has amassed a formidable force. Curiously, there appear to be 3 Aldaris units leading the charge. Ignore the fact that their portrait looks just like Tassadar, this is definitely Aldaris. Knowing that the enemy already controls most of the terrain around our citadel, we quickly begin upgrading and expanding. His scouts probe our defenses, but are driven back by our Dark Templar, and when they return with an observer, we mind control our first Archon. Soon, Aldaris tests our strength with a squad of Dragoons backed by a Reaver. We mind control the Reaver, and it tears through the enemy, its own comrades, finishing off the last 2 Dragoons. As our own observers come online, we send them to scout for resources and weaknesses. We locate several resource nodes nearby, and the bridges leading into Aldaris' territory. With our intel secure, we begin expanding rapidly. Another wave of Templar crashes against our defenses, and we gain yet another Archon for our trouble. Now flush with resources, we rally Zealots and Dragoons to strike a nearby outpost. And after that, our next objective? Destroy the nearest Aldaris. We prepare a powerful army, warping in multiple carriers. Our fleet leads the assault, vaporizing defenses and troops alike, followed closely by our infantry, who cut down any who remain.
Your warriors have engaged the enemy. Upgrade complete. Your warriors have engaged the enemy.
But then, resistance.
Affirmative.
Your warriors have engaged the enemy.
Commencing.
Our forces are repelled, something we had not anticipated. Still, over the course of the battle, our probes gathered mass amounts of wealth for us, which we immediately invest into an even more formidable force. More carriers, more zealots, more dragoons. This time, we crush them. Returning to the battlefield, we annihilate the first enemy base, and in doing so, strike down the first Aldaris, only to discover that it was an illusion, a ruse to mask his true location.
You didn't think I'd be caught so easily, did you, Executor? You have only destroyed a phantom.
We waste no time. We push into the second base, and they appear to not have very many troops guarding it. This time we target their pylons and prevent any reinforcements.
Commencing.
Another illusion falls before us, mocking us as it dissipates.
Yet again, Executor, you destroy only a simulacrum of myself. You believe me to be a traitor, but it is you and the Matriarch who will usher our race to oblivion.
The final base proves tougher. Psionic storms lash our carriers, dealing heavy damage, but we hold firm.
The enemy.
Carrier has arrived. Commencing.
Your warriors have engaged the enemy.
Using the same strategy, we target their pylons to disable their infrastructure, neutralize their forces, and break through.
Your warriors have engaged the enemy.
I'm waiting. Confirmed. Shakuras.
Your warriors have engaged the enemy.
Affirmative.
Your warriors have engaged the enemy. Your warriors have engaged the enemy. Upgrade complete.
The Kali rebels are scattered, surrendering or slain. And finally, we come face to face with the true Aldaris. Artanis and Zeratul confront him, hoping to reason with the Judicator one last time.
It is finished, Judicator. Surrender your remaining forces and join us in eradicating the Zerg.
But Aldaris rejects them with fury and disdain. To him, working with Kerrigan is a betrayal of Ayer's memory. He insists we are merely pawns in her grand design.
I would sooner die, Dark One, than tarnish the memory of Ayer by joining with you. Your fate was sealed the moment your matriarch allied herself with the Queen of Blades. Those of us still loyal to Ayer will never be slaves to Kerrigan and her broods.
Aldaris, be reasonable. Kerrigan has changed. She no longer seeks to enslave anyone. Do not force us to destroy you.
You can no longer afford to be so naive, Artanis. While you were securing the crystals, I discovered that your matriarch has been harboring a dark secret.
As he begins to reveal what he uncovered in our absence, what he learned of Kerrigan's schemes, She descends without warning and kills him before he can finish.
She has been manipulated
I
by
have
this.
no time for this.
What have you done?
I just cleaned up your mess, Protoss. Don't be so squeamish.
Zeratul casts her out in fury, but she only laughs. Her plans are far from over, and she vows our paths will cross again.
Wretched creature. This was a Protoss matter. You had no right to interfere. Be gone from this world. You are no longer welcome among us.
Fine. I've done what I came here to do. I've ensured the destruction of the renegade Cerebrits, and I used you to do it. Have fun, mighty Protoss. We'll be seeing each other again, real soon.
By Adun, what have we done? The Kali rebels are scattered. Judicator Aldaris has risen in rebellion. I'll let this card pass. Just as the High Templar can merge into Archons. Oh, all this loud traffic. It's 8 a.m. Go back to bed. This bloodlust is not like her. Holy oh my god. That guy has a huge penor. He needs everybody to know. Yeah, we're just gonna omit that.